Hello everyone, this is Brian, and I am home, but an awful lot has happened this week, and so I wanted to kind of update you on everything. Um, I came home last Saturday, and um, got home in the mid-afternoon. Um, Sunday was kind of a rest day and get reacclimated to home, and Monday I overdid a little bit and was getting things set up for being at home, trying to get the home health set up and Meals on Wheels and a lot of other things that were going on that day. So I got kind of overtired. On Tuesday, I had my first blood tests, so it was our first check-in at Providence. My mom took me, and the blood test results were good, and everything was looking good as far as, are we headed towards transplant, are we headed towards remission? Wednesday, so I was really wiped out when I got home from that, and Wednesday was pretty much a rest day. Thursday, Michelle and I went to OHSU to meet the transplant team and find out about how transplant's going to work, and also to get a bunch of blood tests. Thursday was a very mixed bag. There was good news and there was bad news. The good news is that we're going to proceed with transplant, and I am on the transplant list now. They are going to start searching for a donor. It takes some insurance approvals and things to get that started, and so we're going to get going with that right away. It's probably a couple of months until they find a donor, maybe a month, 6 weeks, something like that. And from that point, it takes a few weeks to clear the donor, make sure that they're fully healthy and things, so that they're transplanting healthy bone marrow into me. There are quite a few risks and complications. It's a pretty long hospital stay, but overall, it's a pretty easy choice for me, because without a transplant, I won't be here very long. So there really isn't much choice for me. But the bad news half of it was that the blood tests were not very good as far as how remission is going, and from Tuesday to Thursday, my blood went south in a big way, and the cancer has really taken back hold. So I did reach remission for about 72 hours, and the cancer has really grabbed back hold. And so my white blood cells exploded, my blast cells exploded, all not very good news. And because of that, we need to do another round of chemo. It's going to be a completely different kind of chemo than what I did in April and early May. I'll go back into the hospital on Tuesday morning after the Memorial Day holiday and be in the hospital between 7 and 10 days. This is a combination chemo and oral chemo, so I'll have 7 days of infused chemo. It's supposed to be quite a bit easier than the chemo that I just went through, not as bad as side effects. And then there's also an oral component that is a new kind of drug, specifically for CML. And so I'll take that starting Tuesday. The drug they really want still hasn't gotten the insurance approval, so there's a substitute drug that I'll use at first, and then as soon as we get the drug they really want, then I'll start that. 7 days of actual chemo, and then 2 or 3 days of making sure that I'm healthy enough to come home. So hopefully by the end of the following week, I'll be back home again. The hope is that this chemo will knock it out like the first one did, but then that the pill will keep me in remission and allow me to move forward with the transplant, because I can't go forward with the transplant until the current disease is under control. Once I go in for transplant, there'll be another week of chemo before transplant. That'll all be at OHSU. I'm going back into Providence on Tuesday. And it will hopefully not be terribly difficult chemo, but it will be chemo again. And then about 2 weeks of being infused with the new immune system, the new bone marrow. And then about 3 months of being on really strict home isolation, having to have 24/7 care at home, so there's going to be a lot of pressure on the family and stuff to help provide that. So it's quite a process, and but I'm looking forward to moving forward. And you know, this cancer has been very stubborn and very tough, but I'm tougher, and so you know, we just move on to the next step. The nice thing about going back to Providence is I really know the nursing staff and the doctors and everyone there, and so it'll be a comfortable place to be. There was some thought of doing this at OHSU, but I just don't know the people there, and so a lot of the concern was just for my comfort on this one. So going back to Providence is a good choice for me. So that's what's going on. It's the 26th of May, it's Friday. Tomorrow I'll get blood tests and go get eyeglasses tests to get my glasses replaced. They were broken in the hospital, so the hospital's actually going to pay for those. And so my mom's going to take me on that run, and then Sunday's the Indy 500, so I'll watch the Indy 500 at home. Monday, kind of get packed and ready for Tuesday morning, because check-in at 7 a.m. Tuesday morning. Michelle and Claire will be back Monday evening, so be good to see everybody one last time before I head back and inpatient. So that's the latest. I sure appreciate everybody's love and support that you've given me and us through social media and through the GoFundMe and things. You know, things are tough, and I don't like having to ask for help, but this is a situation where our family really needs help. So thank you for hanging in there with me, and we'll see you again soon.